Hello and welcome to this tutorial for Business GT. My name is Siobhan, and today's tutorial is going to be on the website and CMS feature in the system. So I'm going to walk you through how to change your website template. So we've got some pre-made templates in the system that you can choose from. So I'll show you how to select one of those and change them if you do change your mind. I'm going to show you how to edit the styling of your website. So these are the theme colors as well as the fonts. How to edit the content as well as the images. I'll also show you how to configure email contact forms. So these are the forms that appear on the contact pages of all of the templates. And I'll also show you how to add a new menu item or page in the system so that you can build up your website and add content as you would like to. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to log into my system. So I've gone to tutorial, which is mysystem.businessgt.co.uk/bgt to find my login page. And I'm going to tick keep me logged in so that I'm not logged out. And so the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to change your website template. So if I make my way to my website, so I'll use the app menu in the top right of the screen and click these 3 W's to go to my CMS. You can see here, this is my website at the moment. So I've selected, when I signed up for my free trial using the system, I selected the professional template, which looks like this. But now what I'd like to do is actually change this template. So you can choose your template at the start when you do sign up. If you want to change, what you can do is when you're on your website, if you press Control and M on your keyboard, this will put you into admin mode. You can see at the top here, I've now got the admin bar at the top. I've also got some icons spread all over my page here. And we'll run through those icons a bit later on. But what we want to do first is change our home page to use a different website template. What I'm going to do is click Portals at the top here, which will open up my portal manager. You can think of portals as kind of template pages. You can see this one here is my professional home page template. Now what I'm going to do is open up this Portals drop down here. And you can see I've got 2 templates available to me. I've got the corporate template and the professional template. Now, at the moment, I have the professional template as my home page. What I'm going to do is select corporate here. And then within this list of portals here, I'm going to select corporate home. And this will show me what that then looks like down here. You can see that. So I want to make this my home page. I want to use this website template. So what I'll do is click Set Home Page just here. And I will then, for each contact group here, so you can see for guests, so these are visitors to my website, I want to change this home page to Corporate Home. So this is the one that I've just selected. And for all of these other contact groups, I'll leave these the same. So you can see it says here, same as guest group. So that everyone who goes onto my site has the same home page. So if I click Update, I can then close my portal manager. And if I refresh my website, I can now see that I've got a different website template. I'm now using the corporate template. So that's how you'd change from one website template to another. Now, once you've got a template that you're happy with, you can now change the styling of your whole website very easily, so all from one place. So for example, you can see within each of our website templates, you can see that we've got colors spread throughout. So in here, I've got a dark color here, then a blue, then an orange. At the bottom of the page, I've also got a blue section down here. Now, if I want to change this website to match my brand, what I can do is in the admin bar at the top of the page, if I click Styling here, this will bring up this little styling toolbox. So I can see that I can change my theme colors. So you can see where I've got that dark color, the blue, and then the orange. So if I want to change one of these, if I change that blue section, and I can make that green by clicking on a color in this color picker here. And then if I click confirm, which is going to apply that selected color, you can see that's now changed to green. I'll leave that orange. What we can also do is change the text colors. So we have different options here. We've got a dark color and a light color. Now, I'd recommend leaving these as dark and light. But in different content pieces within each website template, they'll use either the dark or light text colors depending on what the background color is, but you can play around with those. I'll also, while I'm here, I'm going to change the font for the whole website. So assuming that you haven't made any specific changes to a piece of content, so I'll show you how to edit the content. This will change the whole site. So if I change this font to Tahoma, and if I'm happy with those changes, I'll now click Update. You can now see my font has changed, and also that blue has now been replaced with green. And that's happened all over the site. So anywhere where there was blue, there is now green, so that this website now matches my brand. So that's how you change the styling of your website. Now, obviously, we want to also make this website our own and start changing the content, so the actual text that appears. So we've got, at the moment, placeholder text in place. Now, to edit this, what we do is very simply, for the piece of content that we want to edit, you can see a little pencil icon. This is the Edit Content icon. So next to the piece of text that I want to edit, I'll click the pencil icon, and this then brings up the text editor. So in this content section here, I can then just type over this. So I'll say, welcome to my website. And if I now click Save and Close, you can see that's immediately updated the website. So it's very easy to change the content on the site, all from the front end. So you don't have to go into the back end to edit the content. Now, the other thing that you'd want to do is change the images. So you can see we've got some images already in place in these website templates that you might like to use. But you might also like to add your own images. So again, you can do that from the front end. So what we do is, we'll find the image that we want to change. So if I want to edit this image here, now you can see this is a slideshow. So I want to edit one of the images in this slideshow. So I'll click this Edit Image icon next to the relevant image, which will bring up this image settings page. So you can see all of the images in my slideshow. So this is the first image here, and then because I've got multiple images, you can see these here. So what I want to do is I want to browse my library so that I can then add an image into this slideshow. So if I click Browse, this will then open up my image library. So this is where all of the images are stored that I upload. And these all go into one place. So if I'm adding an image to an email for a campaign, for example, it will also come in here. So they're all in one place. So if I've already uploaded an image, what I can do is just click one of these green Use This icons, and that will just immediately put that image into that page. But what I actually want to do is upload a new image. So in the top left here, I'm going to click Upload. I'm going to name a category for it, so I'll call this one Animals because I've got a picture of a cat to upload. I'm now going to choose whether I want to optimize for quality or speed. So in this example, because it's one of the main images in the page, I'm going to select quality. If I were to select for speed, what that would do is slightly lower the resolution of the image so that it's a smaller file size so that the page actually loads a bit quicker. Because if you've got lots of large images in a page, then it can slow down the load time of that page. So I've selected for quality, and I'm also going to specify the width. So I know the width that I want this photo to appear in the page as is 1024 pixels. What I can then do is click Add Files here to find the image on my PC. So it's this image here. I'll click that and I will open. Now if I then start the upload, that image is then in the category that I've specified, available in my library, and I can then click the green tick here to use this. And you can see this is now being added to my slideshow. So if I now click Update, you'll see eventually, when we get around to it, that that image that I've just uploaded has been added to the end of this slideshow here. So there's that image. So that's how you change an image on your website. So what we'll do next is if I show you how to configure email contact forms. So within each of the templates, if you go to the contact page, and some of the website templates also have them just in the footer, you can see we've got here this contact form. So this is where visitors to your site could put in their name, email, a message, and that will then be sent to your email address. So it's just a way for people to get in touch. Now, you need to configure these in the way that you want, and to do that, you need to tick this Edit Email Form Settings icon, so this pencil next to the form, and that will bring up the email form settings. So you can see this one hasn't been set up, so I'm going to do that now. So the first thing I'll do is put in the Send To address. Now, this is the address that any inbound emails will be forwarded to. So I'm going to put in my email, which is siobhan@businessgt.co.uk. For the email subject, so when I receive this email, this will be the subject. So you can say inbound lead from website, and you can change that. You can also add any further fields that you like. So I've got name. I'm also going to put in phone number. And you can also, so you can see here, we've already got a button in here, which is a send button. If you want to change that, again, you can just click Browse, and that will open up your image library where you can then upload a new button or select a different one. So I'm going to update that. And you can see there my changes have now been made, so that now when someone fills in this form, it will come to my email address. Now, the important bit of this form is that it links to the inbound lead section in Business GT. So if I go back into the settings, so the email address that I put in here, what we'd recommend is putting in your the system email address that was given to you when you signed up. If you're not sure what that is, if you just let me know. But it should be your first name @ and then the rest of your system URL. So for example, mycompany.businessgt.co.uk. Now, using that means that any email addresses that go through this email form will actually be picked up in the system within the inbound leads section. So this means that you can then count how many inbound leads you've got through your website. You can also then allocate them to members of staff to follow up. Now, I'm going to go into more depth. I'll talk more about the inbound lead section tomorrow in my tutorial, which will also be available on YouTube. So if you want to know a bit more about inbound leads, if you watch that tutorial. For now, I'm going to close this window, and I'll leave that email form as it is because I'm happy with that. What we'll do now is we'll set up a new menu item and page. So you can see we've already got, within each website template, we've got a home page, we've got a few inner pages, we've got an about section, contact page, and then we've got the shop section up here. The shop section, again, I'll cover in another tutorial. So for now, I'm just going to show you how to add a new page. So you can see here I've got 4 inner pages already. So if I show you what one of those looks like, so I'll go to inner page 1. Now these inner pages might be, for example, services. So this top menu item I might want to rename services, and then I'll have a page for each of the main services that I offer. And you can see this is what an inner page looks like in this template design. So we've got an image at the top, we've got a main piece of content, another smaller image, and then we've got our normal footer. So what I'd like to do now is add a new inner page. So I want to add inner page 5. So what I'm going to do is if I hover over this content section in the admin bar at the top of the page, so I'm in the corporate template. So what I want to do, this is a tree structure. So this is my menu structure, essentially. So I'm going to open up the corporate menu, the main menu, and you can see here I've got the inner menu here. So this is where I want my page to appear, underneath this inner section, which I might want to rename service. So I want the next menu item to come under the here. So what I'm going to do is click Add Sub-Menu Item here. I'm going to call this menu item, I'm going to enter the title here, I'm going to call that Inner Page 5. And I'm also going to select the target portal. So this is just essentially selecting a template for that this page is going to use. In other words, that I want it to look and be formatted like this page here. So in target portal, this setting here, I'm going to select corporate inner, which is this one here, and then I'll save that. And straight away that has now been added to my menu up here. See that there. Now what I also need to do is add content to that page. So again, I'm going to find it in this menu structure here. So I'm in corporate, main menu, inner, and you can now see that I've got inner page 5 here. So I now need to add some content underneath. So I'm just going to click Add Content here. I'm going to name that content, so I'll just call that Inner Page 5 Content. And I'll put that Welcome to my new page as the content. I'm going to save and close. Now, if I navigate to Inner Page 5 using my menu, and I'll come out of admin mode, so I'll press Control M just so you can see the text I've just put in. So you can see I've now set up a new page, and I've added a bit of content. If I go back into admin mode, I can now edit any content I like, all from the front end. So if I want to add a caption here, I'll click this pencil icon. This is a caption. And I can click Save and Close, and that's updated straight away. So to add a new page, all you need to do is add a menu item, tell it what it's going to look like. So select the target portal or template page, and then add your content underneath. And from then on, you can completely edit from the front end. So that's how you'd add new pages to your website. Now that concludes this tutorial. So within this tutorial, so I've gone over how to change your website template, how to change the styling, the content, so the text and the images. We've also set up email contact forms that are going to link with the inbound lead section, and added a new page and some new content as well. So tomorrow what I'm going to do is go into a little bit more detail about that inbound lead section. So when someone comes through the website, so fills out an email form, what actually happens to that lead and how that links in with the rest of the system.